Okay, so we're just going to go over what we did yesterday quickly. The first thing we were doing, Flora, can you go do Padangusthasana? First thing we were doing is what's called a passive adjustment, remember? So basically the concept here is that Flora is relaxed and I'm going to help her move deeper into posture. So I do the work, she just hangs out there, fine. So as we showed yesterday, the place to stand is one hand here, one hand here. We discussed where the hand goes in the back, depends on how much force you want to use. Let's just choose towards the upper back for Flora because she's flexible. And then all we do is lean into the back. So there's very little muscular effort. It's important. Okay, thank you. Come up, Flora. So that was our first adjustment. Okay, so the next thing we did, we talked about passive adjustment. Next thing we talked about what I call resistance adjustment, which is really based on PNF. So in this one, you take whichever target muscle you're looking at, in this case hamstrings, to their maximum stretch, and then you contract them, or Flora contracts them. And the way we do it is, as you go forward again, let's just imagine that the hamstrings are a bit tight, back round slightly, typical of tight hamstrings. And we decide, no, that's not going to be a safe adjustment. If I just push on this rounded back, it's going to put a lot of stretch in the hamstrings. It could do some damage. So we turn the adjustment into resistance, PNF, by asking Flora to lift the sternum slightly to flatten the back. And then I place my hand here and ask her to push up against my hand. Now, when she's pushing up, she is engaging her hamstrings because she's trying to come to standing. The hamstrings are one of the set of muscles used to come to standing. So by doing this, she is contracting the hamstrings under maximum stretch. Then you ask her to release, let go, relax, and then you follow it with a passive adjustment. So we're back to passively adjusting to the new found length in the hamstrings. Great, thank you. Come back up. Okay, that's great, that's all good. So now we go into a much more subtler adjustment where we're going to use the breath. So as we said yesterday, if you remember, on an exhale, in a forward bend, the spine drops down towards the legs. That's a natural event that happens on an exhale. On the inhale, the spine tends to lift and slightly shorten. So when we passively adjust, we exploit this. We adjust on the exhale. So we're going with the natural movement of the spine towards the legs. So to turn it into a PNF, or a very sort of moderate PNF, you push on the exhale, and on the inhale, you don't let go, you hold it. So they're inhaling, they want to lift slightly, the spine naturally wants to come up slightly, but you don't let it, you hold it. That already is PNF. That's what we were doing yesterday, so let's just do that. It won't look dramatic, of course, but so you can go down a bit further, Flora. So if you're adjusting somebody, you're here, you need to tune in on their breathing. So you push them down to a point where it feels reasonable adjustment, and then you just stay there and you wait for their inhale. And when they inhale, you really make sure you don't let go. A lot of people adjusting, they might not know it, but they actually let go a little bit. You do not accommodate the movement of the spine, you hold. On the next exhale, you can push a little bit further. On the inhale, you hold, you don't move. Exhale, see if you can go a little bit further. On the inhale, hold, resist. You can really feel it, it's quite forceful. And continue this way until you have got the maximum stretch. Thank you. All good? Final adjustment, we turn it up a little bit. And this time you're going to basically do the same thing, but on the inhale, you're going to push. On the exhale, you're going to hold. And we do it about 3 times. So this is real PNF, because you're really pushing almost the opposite of what you'd expect. The spine wants to lift, and you're actually pushing it. This means that you are really allowing the spine to, it's contracting, it wants to come up, and you're pushing during that contraction. And then you let go during the next phase. When they exhale, you just stop at the point you're at. So we'll go through it. So say this is their natural position, this is where they are. You put your hand here, and you need to wait. You can see usually the inhale around here, if you're watching. If they're using Ashtanga breathing, the ribcage should be slightly flaring, so you can see. So during the inhale, you push, and then you hold as they exhale. During the inhale, you push. During the exhale, you hold. Again, as they inhale, you push and hold. And that is PNF adjustment. Thank you, Flora. It's elegant, it's simple, it works.